And welcome back. Back where we left off last time in Xeno Empire. At the bottom of round 119, where we have 5 decisions awaiting us. A different territory has declared war on us. I suspect this is the other surviving AI. And apparently our population is growing faster than our armies. Whoops. Because we were at 14, it dropped to 13%. And we now have access to medium necks. That was actually probably a bad combo. So we've got side skirts developed after developing the tanks. If we developed the tanks one turn later, they'd have side skirts. Fun. Okay.
Roger that.
Device, spy system, militia. Probably the helicopter engine, actually. We might make use of helicopters in the near future. Not into upgrading zones yet. The new zone needs public budget and recruits. And the workers probably want to get paid. Colonists want to get paid. Probably want to recruit some colonists. We're going to allow emergency food. Allow supplying units if there's local shortfall. Not going to swap it over to regular zone yet, because we want the zone's opinion to improve first. It is a conquered zone, so its opinion is going to start at 0, and we're going to have to work up from there. We are up to 37, so it's not that bad. Beastmen. Interesting. It's been a while since I've done diplomacy with Beastmen. Already at war with the major, so we can't offer protection. They're territories, so they don't have a population center. Also doesn't look like I can achieve peace with them, so we'll probably just let them get swallowed up by our neighbors. Looking at our neighbors and their massive ruin, and the ruin makes me jealous. Let's check. Was it the other surviving AI that declared this? Yes, it was. Okay, so we've gotten technologically advanced enough that the AIs don't like us. Fair enough. But that's a good thing. That's a annoying thing, but that's a good thing. It's a sign that we're doing well, that the AIs have been pissed off at us. Because AIs get pissed off any faction that has above a certain technological level.
Going in. We need more firepower, sir.
Bit of a shame. I was hoping that our tank and the walker that we brought in would be able to land some hits on the Sentinel, which is the only reason I committed to that attack. So you're noticing, I don't know, well, you're probably noticing here that I'm using group move to move the vehicles up before I'm going to do strategic moves, because I am going to strategic move these guys. One of the reasons I'm doing that is you pay logistics for the weight of the unit and how many hexes you move them. So if you move them first, using their movement they're going to lose when you strategically move them anyway, and then strategically move them, you get a little bit more capacity to strategically deploy things. that way. Okay, we're not going to be able to get them all the way quite out to the front. So I'm going to deploy the professional troops west. We have most of the picket we want to deal with the surviving AI in the west. That combined with the GR tank and walker and the GR infantry, to be fair, should be enough that I don't need to deploy more than the professional troops west. So the non-professional troops are going to get deployed northward to help with that surviving AI. That surviving AI is probably the one we're also going to need to build more roads against, so that's going to be the more expensive one to deal with. And if we deal with the one in the west, we can always bring the professional troops over to help in the north as well. Alright, not super supplying. We ran out of logistical capacity on the road, but the rail connection, because the guys that are on the rail, is sufficient enough to deploy more. Okay. We got all the trucks closer to their objectives. Needless to say, I'm not going to do any offensive maneuvers north of the city right now. I will go ahead and seal over the road. I will even go ahead and bring the road up to the front here. We'll seal the road going this way, like so. And out of that city, going there. There. Okay, so... not going to the desert, that's not going to make a big difference right away. Actually, we'll probably get a little bit of... but let's not advance too much right now. Construction, what's the state of her construction report? Apparently everything I was building is basically done, except for the main truck hub in the capital. Which will be done next turn at this rate. And when it is done, we'll be done. There is no better truck station than Truck Station 7. The supply base completed, so let's, again... Okay, so it hasn't kicked in, which is why it isn't really showing over here. Well, let's go ahead and upgrade the supply base as well. Yeah, we'll go ahead and max out the supply base, because it's going to be cheaper. Because in theory, it's getting the Jupiter supplies through it, right? So that is probably the best one. Supplying that front. Start upgrading you. Start upgrading you.
Copy that.
Support westward, northward expansion. Start upgrading you to support westward expansion. And I'm going to do the factory upgrade as well.
Order received.
At some point, I'm going to get caught off kilter by not have done solar plant or power, because I'm not tracking how much power we're consuming. Okay, looks like we're consuming 400 power a turn. And we're wasting most of our power because we're at power cap. So that's basically happening. And I know we've got 1,000 power production, so okay, it doesn't look like it's a problem. Okay, and then political power-wise, we do at some point want to integrate you, which looks like this turn is going to be just a roll for unification.
Order acknowledged.
On turns where we have two shadow diplomats, I'll do shadow diplomat on the advisor and the foreign affairs advisor. What's the state of victory? We're up at 38.6%, so we made good progress during the stream, definitely. We almost have half the world's population, and to be fair, after we integrate this one miner here, I suspect with this miner, we'll literally have more than half the world's population. So we're definitely en route to winning the game. If we can get more of the planet, that will help as well. Yeah, we're way off in the lead. We did that attack this turn, yeah. Cycle the turn. Oh, interesting. So their response to the arrival of more troops was just to start booking it back for friendly territory. Oh, we just lost militarized police. That's a shame. That's probably from our fist not being high enough. Level. Okay, 100% higher cast total. That's fine, I think. Would probably want to get it back if we could. Looks like we're also going to potentially be at risk of losing stick to the schedule. Or no, we have a 1% chance. Oh no, it is 1% chance to lose. We don't quite have 70 in enforcement. We have like 69 is what that's telling me, basically. No, we have 70. Why are you complaining that we have a chance to lose it? How much do the slavers like me? 62. Okay, they can tolerate losing a little land. Oh, obviously can't build a road there. So we only just taken it. Surprised we didn't get any more political capacity there. Let's... Oh, obviously there's no action points there. Where do our action points kick in? Oh, am I getting action points off of this X? Probably. Yeah, that looks like what was happening. I was attributing this green-orange from this road and not this road. Well, then I definitely needed that extension to kick in. Has it not kicked in? You should be applying. I am confused. This should be applying. It isn't applying for whatever reason. Granted, this is the first turn we had it, so this might still be giving me the report from the last turn. Should start applying. You want a special exemption for pro-democracy part stuff?
Copy
No.
that.
We're gonna wait for these costs to come down, so no.
Order
Keep it
acknowledged.
balanced. Go ahead and pick up university for me. And we can go around raising the quality of life in all the zones. Creating protests against the high income tax again in Skillia.
Understood.
Oh, and we failed to contain that, which is not super great.
Understood.
Which zone is Skillia? This one.
Understood.
We'll go ahead and get Rust back under control. This is the zone where we were improving the militia house? Yes.
Order received.
So they'll have a maxed out militia house. Which probably isn't going to be enough for their militia to really expand, but every once in a while I might give them some replacements at least. Do I have double Shadow Diplomat? I do.
Order acknowledged. Order acknowledged. Order acknowledged.
And they critically failed. Okay. Well, that happened. And we can go back to using strategic redeployment. But first we can remove them. The magic just being able to deploy people from one end of the planet to the other. And power went down. Not 100% sure why. Well, it's sent and received from zones, right? So it might be one of those scenarios where what we're receiving from zones is minus what would be sent to them. Okay, so this is telling us a story here, right? Is we're making 705 here, and we eat 709. So obviously we're not getting any from the zone. That makes sense. Okay, so let's assume that I may actually need to expand power.
Affirmative.
Maybe not by very much, but we'll go ahead and expand the power a little bit.
Order received.
Construction-wise, how did the construction go over the end turn? Everything progressed. Truck station in the capital is now complete and perfect. At least as good as it's going to get. Everything else progressed. Okay. Do I want to get back on the train, building up all the bureaucratic offices? Tempted to say yes. What level cap at? 2 for the moment. You don't have one. But your opinion just generally needs to improve first, so that's fine. Yours, I think it's capped at 3 until we improve the zone. It is. That one's capped at 2 until we improve the zone, capped at 2 until we improve the zone, capped at 2 until we improve the zone. Okay, so we're sitting at the point where if I want more bureaucratic assets, I may need to actually expand the zones. This is the only one that isn't capped.
Copy that.
Okay, so I think that's a good place to go ahead and cycle the turn. We'll see how these guys move. We'll see how these guys move. See if these guys attempt to break out again. If they do break out, it's annoying but fine. I can work with them breaking out. Slavers are probably going to be cool with a little bit of territory we took off of them. Oh, interesting. So, our neighbor in the east, southeast, appears that it may soon become our neighbor in the west. They have expanded so far west and east that we've wrapped around to the same people. Which, to be fair with where our victory points are, is maybe not super surprising. We may be slowly sneaking up on winning the game, so... Those ones broke out. That one decided not to break out, instead decided to attack me. Okay, so water soil recomposition. So if we need water, we have a way to generate that. Granted, we have access to literal bodies of water, so hopefully we don't have water problems. The quality isn't super great, but we got water.
Roger that.
I think we're still trying to discover things for you. Yeah, we're looking for combat armor, we're looking for Goss small arms.
Yes, sir.
Still gonna hold off on doing this
Order
upgrade.
received.
We're eventually gonna get in a situation where we're gonna need to do an upgrade. Just continue to expand the bureaucracy. The ever necessary requirement to continue to expand your bureaucracy is a thing. Okay, let's get rid of this walker. We should have enough firepower here to finally spook this thing.
Formation.
I say that, and we have yet to spook the thing.
Assistance.
The walker held. Which is annoying. It's not a significant problem, it's just annoying. You know, if we can do this without pissing the rotors off too much, I would prefer that. Okay, this may... I'm gonna go ahead and actually go ahead and get a proper armored unit to deal with those walkers. One small brigade of armor. Please and thank you. Probably won't be combat ready next turn, but it'll probably be combat ready the turn after next. This is non-line to territory, okay. So don't need to be worried about actually taking that. And we're gonna have to obviously provide some more road support. Want these guys to keep going forward. Yeah, we'll try to sort of swoop off the territory, leaving a picket behind all the non-line border. This is a fairly large territory, so it won't fall super fast. We'll get back to diplomacy with pastor packs. We only have one shot at diplomat, so we're going to go ahead and attempt the unification this turn.
Order acknowledged.
And to be fair, the unification isn't a guaranteed failure. We've got 1D100 and like 30 net points versus the 3D100. So they could roll triple snake eyes, triple one, and then we should pass. It's just, that's not likely. It's an unlikely event. What I suppose, let's unit admin. I think it's the first that we have you closest to, so we'll attach you to the first. So the first is going to get some tank backup, which should help it deal with these walkers. Walkers should have a bad day with the tank in their face. 200 something, hard target 200 something versus. Oh, and I was probably looking at the soft guys. So this has got like 50% more anti-soft. It's got more hard too. Also, this is rocking 105 millimeter howitzer. I can't see what level of armor, what type of armor they have here, but we probably have better armor penetration than they have armor, so we shouldn't be taking a armor penalty. Whereas while these tanks are great and all, they're running laser guns. Light laser guns and like light liquid armor, so they're really light for medium tank. I definitely want to build a medium tank that's light. which might be where we're not penetrating their armor, or not getting rid of them. That border's fine, that border's fine. Check in on the construction. Supply base is done. Should probably queue up another upgrade for the supply base. Everything else is running reasonably well.
Affirmative.
So in 3 turns, that supply base went max. Which means if we start getting supply issues down this road, we have to build a city. We're approaching the point where we're contemplating having to build a city. That's going to become non-negotiable soon. Suppose I can check to see if we're actually getting supply out this far now. And we are. So we're using the 50 extension bonus. And apparently we're about 100 and... about 300 action points out here. 50 from the extension, 245 from the capital. Which yeah, is saying that somewhere around here is probably where we want to put the city. Somewhere between these 2 ruins. Could probably stretch it and just put it on that ruin. Wouldn't be the end of the world. That's one of the reasons I've been generating colonists, is so that we can just go, yep, I want a city somewhere. Here's all the settlers you need. Have fun being a city. Actually, let's check how many... Okay, so you're in a zone. Yeah, you're in that zone. The zone, what's the zone's level? Zone level's 3.
Understood. Understood.
So I'll go ahead and build both those assets up to level 3. Once at level 3, I'm going to create a zone there. We're going to send in enough colonists to give them a decent civilian population. That will, of course, take a decent number of turns to do, so it's not going to happen overnight. And to be fair, I'll probably make a zone out of the supply base as well, because it's got some nice local resources to harvest. Suffered no losses, nor made any kills, and we have 4 decisions. One of which is probably a wasteful incident.
Roger that. Yes, sir.
I'm going to turn this down. Don't need this whole gun for the moment. Waste disposal, yeah, predicted that being the issue. Critical success, we managed to reduce the damage to almost nothing. That's good to see. Tanks. Oh, interesting. The new tank is not willing to move this turn. Doesn't have enough readiness to move, okay. We'll just plop it at its destination. It's not gonna want to join in this turn. Really, as far as this attack is concerned, it really comes down to, can we land
Destroyed.
that? A kill. A kill or a morale fail on the unit. Okay. I'm going to do a quick check at this point. Look at, did everything proceed? Yes, everything proceeded. Probably that bureaucratic office is one of the things we want to upgrade. So let's expand
Copy
you.
that.
I think that's the last one we actually can expand without setting up a new town or upgrading a city. I think we're good as far as the truck stations are concerned. Well, I say that. We might as well continue expanding the truck stations as well.
Affirmative.
So that'll support that offensive. This will support the western offensive.
Understood.
And we haven't pissed these rotors off yet, so... Don't know how long that's going to last, but for the moment it's working. Okay, needless to say, this offensive is still going to probably want some road support, so we should build some roads up to support it. But it is going well. We've only run into the first sentinel, so... I don't know how scary... These appear to be the same as the last batch. Ooh, they have a power hex improvement. That's nice to see. Like those. And I suppose... Actually, could I do some move on you? No. We spent all the... Spent all the weight moving you there. Okay, I think once again we have strategic power, so we can attempt to do a double diplomat attempt on
Order acknowledged.
getting you to confed.
Order acknowledged. Order acknowledged.
We've officially pissed them off to the point where they have zero opinion of us. At some point I might as well just bring troops down here and deploy around their city and push the what's it called? Annexation choice. The become one with us or don't. Well, when become one with us, we're going to send in troops sort of choice. We're approaching 40% victory. And looking at the time, that's probably where I should go ahead and put the break during turn 122. Coming up on the 40-minute mark, so this is probably where I should end the part. How is the construction going? 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 things building. Could definitely push for a little bit more construction. Not that I really got a lot of things that I need to construct, right? That needs some more turns. That needs some more turns. Rare metal is not bad.
Affirmative.
Let's expand that recycling facility. Oh, I'm not allowed to because it's in a level 2 zone. So that's the different thing, is at some point I need to upgrade the zones as well.
Copy that. Copy that.
Let's check a look at the archaeology. Okay, so I now... Not working the way I think it is. Yes. So I now have recycling centers queued up, I believe. And all the scavenging sites. That's not going to work super well. A to Z. I think that's all the ones I've seen. At some point I need to obviously do some more archaeology tests to make sure there are actually nothing in them.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so we know there's none in the capital. I'll probably forget by next time that there's none in the capital, but... Granted, none being the capital just means there's none in those 3 hexes, and there's none in the capital hex. Which, at this point, makes sense, because I've actually scrapped everything in the capital hex. Okay, yeah, I think that's where I'm going to end the part. I'm sitting here thinking about what I want to do on the turn. The answer is not coming to me, so I'll think about it over the break. So, we've got a bunch of construction undergoing. Prospecting has pretty much told us where most of the stuff, except in the newly conquered territory, is. The victory overview, we're getting pretty close to victory. We're just short of 40% of the victory score. We have just short of half the planet's population, and I suspect once we integrate our last subject, we will have more than half the planet's population. So really the only thing we're missing is we don't have a lot of the planet itself. We've got just over a quarter of the planet. Granted, in all stats, we're ahead of everyone else. No one's broken a quarter of the population, no one's broken a quarter of the planet. And apparently one of the majors has also been destroyed. Don't know which major did that to them. I suspect it's probably number 2. It's probably the militarists that we know of. I suspect they're doing the same to number 4. Number 4 is looking pretty bad. So looks like we're going to run away with it. But it looks like the 2 majors that we've met are going to be the only majors besides us. The podium members are probably going to be who's left in this planet at the end. I have been sticking mostly to Autocracy, Enforcement, and Fist. Interesting where that stands. Fist is not holding up quite as well as I would like. That's because Heart keeps sneaking in, and when you get a clash like this, investing in Mind will suppress Fist. Well, I say suppressed. It's getting more Mind if it goes over its cap relative to Fist will, instead of raising Mind, will lower Fist a bit. Whereas just raising Fist will suppress Mind over time. So that's kind of where this is coming in, right? Is I'm being, due to wanting to pick the best option in 2 option choices, being kind of coerced into picking some Mind events and some commerce events, which are slightly suppressing the Enforcement and Fist gain. We're not getting very good Fist choices, to be fair. And then Autocracy. Autocracy is actually doing pretty decent for the fact that I've been losing it every once in a while to just being told, hey, we want you to declare war on us. And I'm like, no. I have more pressing, more important things to do, and I'm the dictator, so you do what I say. Yep. So I think that's where we are. The offensive here in the west has gone pretty well. Once we've dealt with the surviving AI, we can probably leave picket forces here. Because apparently the slavers are being... As far as slavers are concerned, the slavers are being civil. I've had lots of problems with slavers in the past. Mainly in the fact that they're... the RNG on these guys... If you get events where they ask you to buy slaves off of them, and you can, they're perfectly calm. They're much like the nomads with the ammo thing, whereas if you buy what they're selling, they're happy. But getting that started, because if they're not happy with you, they can also do slave raids on you. And obviously you can't let them slave raid you, so that pisses them off. So slavers either end up happy with you like this, or they get pissed off real quickly. So the slavers will probably be fine. So I can probably leave a picket on them. The roaders apparently aren't particularly pissed off. And to be fair, it looks like the raiders are at war with one of the majors, so they've got other problems. And they've got no people, per se, for me to acquire from them. So their territory is the same as any other territory, so we're prioritizing more valuable and or more threatening territory in the case of the survivors. The surviving AI is basically the same as the roaders. It's not going to have any people, but it has territory. And we have this big swath of non-aligned territory to our north, which we'd like to take eventually. But that's going to require a lot of industrial capacity to build the roads. And in some cases, literally colonize the land, because there's no cities out here. So yeah, that's where we'll leave off. And again, pretty much the end of round 122. Pretty much sitting at the point where if I had more time and wanted to play more turns, we'd go ahead and cycle the turn. So this is where I should put the save in. Where we're just sitting, again, just short of 40 victory points. So there's a decent possibility we, either in the next stream or the stream after, we'll roll it all the way up to 50 and claim victory. Neither of the majors are... Because one way we could easily get a victory is work towards a victory pact. But I don't think either of these majors are really interested in diplomacy. Right, so 400 for a free trade is not going to work. Same thing with almost 400 on the militarist. And friendship pact, well, they need a non-aggression pact for that first. So this faction doesn't have or this regime doesn't have a faction in power that wants to support such a pact. And no, we already have a non-aggression pact with them. I think for a while they did have a faction that wanted to do it, but yeah, again, we're not rolling 400s. Our foreign affair guy is real good, but he's not that good. We're not that game breaking with the foreign affairs. So we're not going to roll that. So we're not going to get victory pacts with the, if I can find the majors, with either the theocrat or the militarist. So I'm not going to get a victory pact to these guys. And we're not going to get a victory pact to these guys. So it's not just going to be like a whoops, we won situation. We're going to have to actually get all the way up to 50%, and we're on the path to that. So with that, I'm going to go ahead and put the save in, put the stream save in. And we'll go ahead and end the stream. So until the next stream, wish you all good luck and a good time. If you're watching YouTube, I probably will get around to recording the next part before the next stream. Or recording the next part before tomorrow. That will probably be 4 days from when I'm recording this, because I'm currently running a 4-day cycle. But I've recorded 4 parts, so yeah. If you're watching on Twitch, and you're watching live on Twitch, the next stream should be in 4 days. Hopefully I'll be starting a little bit earlier in the night. Things that happened today push my recording to start a little bit later than I would like. So it's about like 1:30 in the night here when I'm finishing up. Again, look into the stream schedule. The stream schedule, I think, is mostly being set in stone, where I'm running on a 4-day cycle between the 4 games I'm working on. So we'll probably be back on this game in 4 days. Which I suppose if you're watching on YouTube and you can't wait till tomorrow to watch the next part, probably means that you can go hop over onto Twitch and see the pre-posted VOD. It might not always be in 1080p, but it should already have been recorded if you can't wait to watch it on YouTube. So with that, wish you all a good time. Bye for now.